Welcome to Talkin Giants, presented by SeatGeek. I'm your host, Bobby Skinner, here with my co-host, Justin Pennick, and it is our annual 4th of July mailbag. So I always give this disclaimer at the beginning of this episode, is like, if you just, all you care about is Giants analysis, just turn the podcast off now, because this is a mailbag we do every year, 4th of July, Friday before 4th of July, where we just take questions about us personally, hypotheticals, all that stuff. You'll see it in the questions. Justin, how are you?
Hey, Bobby Skinner, how are you? Danny King, how are you? Snacks, how are you? It's one of the best episodes of the year. We kind of get to kick our feet back, talk about some personal stuff, catch up with some buddies, catch up with some friends, and celebrate America.
Yeah, we got Danny King, obviously, and then Nikki Snacks with us, so they'll be joining us. It's kind of like an episode of Simple Man Radio, which we have a question about. So we'll get into all of that. The Giants announced their training camp schedule, which we were all very much looking forward to. And I'll be honest, I was kind of depressed. Now, the camp, 9 practices instead of 11 like last year, but that makes sense because they're being traveling to Detroit, which I think we're going to go to Detroit. Pretty confident we're going to go to Detroit. But they ruined the Fan Fest. Like, just flat out ruined. Like, and Fan Fest, at least for me, was like, honestly, my favorite event. My favorite thing of the year to do for Talkin Giants was Fan Fest. I think it's a perfect thing that they did. It was before the preseason game. Everyone's yearning to get back. It's a tailgate environment. You go watch the scrimmage. They do fireworks at the end. I mean, it was just like it was just the most enjoyable time to be a fan. Obviously, winning games and stuff is the most enjoyable, but it's just like no stress. You go there, have a good time. You know, we did our show out there. We were going to have trying to get players out there this year. And not only did they move it back 18, like their last practice is August 6th. They move it back 18 days to August 24th, which is after 2 preseason games, 2 days before the preseason. So you're not going to have as much enthusiasm for that once they start playing preseason games. But they're not even going to do a scrimmage. So we're not going to do a Fan Fest event this year, which sucks, because that's literally my favorite thing to do. And I think everyone echoed the sentiment. It's like, well, you didn't give us any reason to go to this event now, which is like, I know it's free, but if you're going to have the people there making concessions and stuff, you might as well do something. Like, no one's going to go. No one is going to go.
Yeah, it does suck. And you can even say, well, you content people want to just do and film stuff. No, that's not really the point. It would be the way that we would kick off the season. It would be the way that we would kick off the year, and we would get together. And there's sometimes a little bit of a stronger fan presence at Fan Fest and at MetLife, at least how rowdy we are and how into it we are at Fan Fest than it is for like the first preseason game, and especially even if you get down to that 3rd preseason game too. So it was the best thing, and we've praised the Giants over the last 2 years.
Yeah, they got it so right.
And they took it away, and it really is a shame. And
that's not even the worst thing. If they just took it away, it's like whatever. But they made it to something where no one's gonna go.
Yeah, I still think like parents can take their kids and whatever. It's a free night at MetLife Stadium where a movie's showing, but you're not gonna attract Giants fans. Giants fans want to see.
Yeah, you're gonna get autograph seekers. That's it.
Yeah.
So listen, but here's the thing: is they still did that at the other one, so they were able to do that, and also like you didn't have to do like a full on scrimmage either.
Yeah, I would have taken a walkthrough. Like honestly, I don't
they
even
didn't
go
do a full on scrimmage in 20 with Judge. Like they did a little bit of it, but like last season it was a full on scrimmage. And well, someone got hurt. Well, guys got hurt in all the practices too.
And if you're not comfortable playing on your own freaking field, then that's a bad thing. Yeah, not fun, not great.
So I'm sad. I was literally sad because I was looking for. It was like, I was looking forward to the training camp schedule. Looking forward, and I'm like, oh god, they ruined the most exciting thing.
Anything that we get to do with like our community members is my favorite thing. Like, is my favorite aspect of like my job. That is my favorite thing to do, and unfortunately, just one of those things has been removed off of our calendar. But Bobby Skinner, we have a 4th of July mailbag, and I am excited that there are 9 dates
good news is we'll be at every single practice. We'll be live streaming after. So now more so than last year, make sure you guys come up and say hello to us. We also want to do some content with fans and stuff like that. So if you want to be like in a quick, like, hey, what's your record prediction? Who's the best player on the Giants type, like quick videos, make sure to come up and say hello to us. So I'm excited for that at least.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think we're going to go to Detroit. So we're going to try and do a watch party for the first preseason game.
That'll kind of make up for no FanFest.
Yeah, so we'll try and do that for the Detroit game. But we're actually going to go to Detroit. Like, not just going to Detroit. We are driving the van to Detroit. So excited for that. All right. Before we get into this mailbag, this episode was brought to you by some special people, some not. Josh Vasey. He's got a vase in his house, and he puts little eyeballs on it. He calls it Vasey. Evan O'Mini, and then this guy's not getting stickers. Which, by the way, the mail has, like, I've gotten so many return envelopes lately. Like, I literally have 5 of them. And people being like, I didn't get the stickers I sent. This guy, I'm not sending stickers to. It's freaking Julian Bright.
Oh, really?
We were literally paying this guy for so long, and he couldn't give us freaking $2 a month.
The hell with Julian. That kid's a scumbag.
He left us. I'm still devastated.
He's a scumbag.
I actually talked with him on the phone today for about like an hour and a half. Danny King, who are these?
That's a mistake.
Danny King, who are these people?
Oh, I mean, they're the lovely people that went to patreon.com/
Nope, I made that mistake for a long time. It's just slash.
Patreon.com/ Talkin Giants for $2 a month. I mean, I hear steal of the century right there. I pay $2 a month for this glorious program. You get to listen into live shows like this right here. If you're not listening to it live, you missed out on all the great jokes, stickers, exclusive content, all the fun jazz. That's patreon.com/ Talkin Giants. Look at that.
You'd be glad.
Yeah, we don't actually have any exclusive content, but
this is the exclusive content.
I'm gonna post my feet next week.
I guess the pre and post show is the exclusive content. All right, take it away, Steve.
Mail time.
Mail time. The mail's here. Come on, guys. Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
Thanks, Steve from Blues Clues. Danny, let's get into the mail.
All right, first question comes from Tim at NYG Tim. He asked if you had to put your next paycheck on one of the New York sports teams winning the championship in their respective sports, who would you choose? Now, is it the Big Four, by the way?
It's any team that's in New York or New Jersey.
Got my answer.
Yeah, of the Big Four sports, no soccer.
Big Four? Never mind.
Yeah, no soccer.
And the Bills don't count.
Bills don't count either.
I was thinking WNBA.
Yeah, no. No offense, but no. So I started this off with a couple of Sporto questions. People aren't going to like it because it's not the most popular thing to say right now, but it's the Yankees.
No. No,
they were in the ALCS last year. Wow. They have they have the ability to be like, screw it. Let's go out and get guys and pay guys. This could be the year they fire Cashman and Aaron Boone, even though I don't have faith that does it. But even then, you have guys on that roster where you add 2 more, you get a pitcher. Volpe, by year 2 is good. It's not a this year, but I think it's the Yankees. What other team could it be?
It's the Jets. Literally the Jets.
I hate agreeing with Danny. Justin, you could shake your head. You said it's going to be.
They have a 1-year window.
Do they though?
They got 2 at minimum.
Do they though? If Aaron Rodgers plays 2 years, it's the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't been to the Super Bowl since when?
No, he hasn't. But this is the best roster, in my opinion, that he's been on since what? 2011?
These things have a way of falling apart. I'm not convinced that defense is going to be the same exact level that it was last year.
All right.
All right. Yankees can't do it. Yankees can't do anything with Judge.
The Yankees aren't going to win.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is they do have Aaron Judge for 9 more years or whatever.
I'm
it is.
taking 2 hockey teams over anybody if it's not the Jets, the Rangers and the Devils. The Devils just made 2 really great moves.
Yeah, I guess the Devils, they re-signed Timo and they made that trade.
Right, exactly. And then the Rangers have all the talent in the world, plus they just brought in a Stanley Cup winning head coach. So those 2 teams for sure are right on the cusp.
You might be changing my mind. It might be the Devils.
Justin.
But the Devils is just, we got to figure out goalie. That's my thing with the Devils.
Yeah, the goalie situation is brutal.
Justin's about to throw such a curveball, I feel like. I'm just not prepared for it.
I think it's the Giants.
That's such a pander answer.
It's not.
Justin, there is no way in God's green creation the Giants are the number 1, the best chance to win a Super Bowl. What are you talking about? I love the Giants more than anything in the world. What are you talking about?
The question isn't this year. The question is the next sports team that is most likely to win a championship. And I think that's the Giants.
That's crazy. The Jets in 2 years have a better chance. The Devils, the
Aaron
Rangers,
Rodgers is
the
a loser.
Yankees.
I'm changing my answer to the Devils.
The Knicks have a better chance.
No, shut up. Dude, shut up.
Giants?
Shut up, dude. That's the dumbest thing anyone's ever said on this podcast.
They have a better chance than the Giants. Yes, they do. They get
No, they don't. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard on this podcast.
Oh, my God. It's literally
NFL
not.
teams flip around quick. They just got a good GM. We think hopefully a good GM, at least a smart one, and a certified good head coach.
I'm not listening to the pandering. The Miami Heat as an
The Knicks,
8 seed just
what are the
went
Knicks
to the
gonna do?
finals. What are the Knicks
and
gonna
they
do?
got smoked.
If they didn't get smoked, they lost in
the
6
Miami
games
Heat
on the
beat you
last
guys in
possession.
5 games.
They lost. We lost in 6 games, and it was on the last possession we lost. You bring in a Paul George or
Okay,
something,
but saying you
can
competed
easily
with the
flip
Heat
it in
is
the
like
NBA,
okay.
just like you said.
Then the Toronto Raptors are close. The Knicks, come on, dude. The Nets are closer than the Knicks are.
Okay, all right,
wait. We've gone off the rails.
Dude, if you get Dame Lillard in there, which I don't even want, you can at least compete in the East. You're just as close in there. You get a good player in McHale. You get a couple good picks, right? Like, if we're talking, if this doesn't happen for 4 years, I mean, those Suns picks are going to be so freaking nice. But again, I don't think the Nets are ever going to win a championship in my life. But the Knicks is insane.
No, it's literally not insane. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to go off on this.
It's the only team that you're like a homer for.
Yes,
Yeah,
you know that's
yeah.
correct.
Yes, yeah,
you know
that's
that's
true.
correct.
That's true.
Correct.
Every other team you will spit on. You will say they're disgusting. You will say they hate them. But the New York Knicks can go out there, win 20 games in an 80-game season. You'll be like, you know what? Next year we're going to come out and we're going to do it.
You're right, but I will say I'm not that crazy. We have all the assets, cap space, young players to trade for a star. If one comes in and is healthy like a Paul George, yeah, you got a shot.
So you actually think the Knicks are closer to a championship than the Giants?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. The Giants are in what, year 2 of a rebuild that was escalated.
How many years has it been that every single year we always hear next summer is the summer that the Knicks are going to be activating at the Star?
Saying the Knicks is so stupid.
Could not agree. And the Giants isn't?
No, because it's football. Football, you have a shot. If in the NBA, if you don't have a top 2 roster in the NBA, which is so hard to do, because you basically have to get a pool of 5 players.
So you're saying the Miami Heat were a top 2 roster.
And they didn't win a championship.
But they were there. They had a chance. Do you think the Giants have a chance to even be in the NFC Championship game this year? Or next year?
Say it again.
Do you think the Giants have a chance to be in the NFC Championship game this year or next year?
Just as good of a chance the Knicks do.
Okay. And I think
next year, absolutely.
That's fine.
This year, they have just as good a chance as the New York Knicks do.
Fine. And I think it would be easier for the Knicks to win a title in the NBA than the Giants beating Mahomes or a Burrow. Because in the NBA, that Western Conference,
dude, we watched the Giants do it.
Do what?
That doesn't happen in the NBA.
Get annihilated?
I'm talking about the last 2 Super Bowls. We watched the Giants do it. You cannot do that in the NBA.
All right.
Like what the Heat did, and using the Heat as an example, like the Heat is the biggest outlier we've ever seen, and they still didn't win. They didn't even come close to winning. They got smoked in 5 games. All right, so I'm going to go quick. I'm going to go Devils, Rangers, Yankees. Dude, I'm not a believer of this Jets team because it's a 1-year window, and I don't think they're going to win it. Giants, Jets.
I'll go Giants, Rangers. I don't know hockey well enough to really give this like informed opinion. I feel like the Rangers have a much smaller window than people say too, because they got this coach who's Snacks. Isn't the coach like a little bit older? And I feel like if they don't win in 2 years, they may flip it up again.
He's early 60s, but he's been to or maybe late 50s, but he's won a cup. He's been to 3 other finals.
But they made this move as like a
it's a win now.
This is a 3-year kind of window that we got, and if we don't do anything in this 3 years, they may flip it up again. So whereas the Giants, even if they consistently make the playoffs in the next 2 to 3 years, they're gonna hopefully I hope through the next 2 to 3 years. The worst comes to worst, we learn that Daniel Jones isn't the quarterback, but Brian Dable and Joe Shane are still operating strong. Like, that's the worst case scenario for the Giants over the next 2-3 years. So I'm gonna go. I'll go Giants. I'll put Rangers too, since they've gone on some sustainable playoff runs. I'll go Yankees, Devils, the rest. Jets last. Jets and Mets, same level.
It's crazy that Snack said the Knicks. I think the Knicks are the least likely, and then the Nets are the second least likely.
Okay.
I think the Knicks have a better shot than the Mets. Sorry, Danny.
Okay.
Bro,
I don't. I think the Mets have a better chance than the Knicks.
That's just
Basketball. It's not even. It's not even Knicks hate. It's not even Knicks hate. It's really not. It's that basketball. There's no flukes. They're not flukes. There's no like you get hot, or like things start clicking. It's truly just, do you have the best, like one of the 5 best players in the NBA paired with a really good roster as well?
Okay, and timeout. And then my rebuttal to that is that the Knicks are the only NBA team right now. You could say the Nets, but they're young players. Nobody wants them. The Knicks have 4 or 5
I don't think the Nets have a chance.
I know.
I don't think they'll ever win a championship in my lifetime.
The next time a superstar like a Giannis gets unhappy, or Luka.
James Harden. How about James Harden?
No, stop. The Knicks have the picks and the players to make a move. That's why I'm saying.
We have better picks than we have the Suns picks.
I understand.
That's the hope for the Nets, is that those Suns picks can like lead to like back-to-back top 3.
I understand that, but the Knicks have 4 or 5 guys that could start on any other team that are coming off the bench. Anyway,
but 3 years from now, they're going to be gone, or there'll be 2 of those guys left.
But that's what I'm saying. If in a year or 2, a superstar like a Giannis, like somebody says, "I want out," the Knicks are the one team primed to do it.
I've been saying this for years, man.
Oh my fucking God! Stop! I know. I'm saying if.
But that's the biggest if ever.
Well, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my motherfucking uncle. Snacks. How about that? As a wise friend has once said, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah, a wise friend very much said that. If Jalen Hurts dies, maybe Daniel Jones throws 16 touchdowns and it does something. Stop. Enough. I'm going Devils, Rangers, Jets in that order.
I'm going Jets, Rangers, Giants. 2 years, the Mets will be back in 10. Then Mets, Yankees, and then the whatever that last team. Actually, no, wait. Let me flip it around. Devils third, because the Devils are actually good. I gotta give the Devils credit, and then Yankees, Mets.
Please go to the next question, Danny. That was too heated to start.
Next question. I'm glad we started with that, because I thought it'd be a little bit of a boring question. And
that was a good one.
It was a good one. I had no idea about anything basketball related. Next question comes from Alex A at NYG Altex.
They should have put our asses on the radio.
They really should have. They should.
What was the fan thinking?
You can't put Snacks on the radio. He just said if Jalen Hurts dies.
You can say that on the radio.
That's such a WFAN statement right there.
Okay. You just got to not care.
What's all yours? Problem. What are all your favorite things to do on your guys' free time?
Let's just get into a heated debate. Like, what are your favorite things to do?
Judge aggressively.
Bobby, shooting off fireworks is not cool. Don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. I'll just go real quick. I'm a big golfer, so golf is my favorite.
What's the handicap?
I shoot...
His brain.
Well, I shoot mid to high 80s.
Okay, nice.
So I don't have a set handicap, but that's what I shoot.
Yeah.
Get the parking spot though. I'll probably say the beach, because that's the most like frequent thing. But I'm also just a big like, let's just go do something as long as I'm with the right people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down for anything, whether it's doing redneck stuff, hippie stuff, whatever. Like, it's whatever. Going to look at the zoo, alligators,
sure, whatever.
As long as I'm with people I enjoy being around.
How do you define hippie stuff?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I can get down with any like group of people in the world.
As long as you're doing something.
Maybe like one small group of people, like people who are like way too on Twitter. Maybe not them.
So us.
No, I'm talking about people who is like, it's their life.
Oh,
like,
okay.
And then that's like less than 1% of our audience. I'm talking about the people who like the touch grass people. Like if touch grass is actually applicable to your life, I don't want to hang out with you.
Danny.
Probably beach when it's during the summertime at least, and then I don't know when it's like the winter. I don't know. I like video games, so you'll catch me on my PlayStation.
What's your go-to video game?
Right now, I'm playing a lot of MLB The Show. I have my creative character, and he's 38 years old. Trying to win a World Series with the Mets. Couldn't even do it in a video game, so it's pretty realistic.
You've been playing
How
for
long
some
have you
years.
been playing this? Yeah.
Do you simulate games?
Yeah, I simulate a lot
Okay.
because I cannot play the full thing. And then, I usually like my sports games.
Yeah, I'm a sports gamer bust type of guy. I actually got addicted to Madden at one point, where I was like, just couldn't wait to get home from work to play Madden. I literally had like storylines made up in my head. It was funny. So I would tear down my Madden team when I first start. So I rest in peace. I actually started my Giants, my coaching career with the Giants. Ryan Mallett was my starting quarterback. I loved his big arm. I was just like, guy's got a hose. I can work with it.
So you were the guy that built up the offensive line and then didn't care what.
No, I built up the whole
center.
defense in the fantasy draft, and then I was like, I want to build this offense through the draft on my own. They fired me after 1 year. So I remember like my roommate came home, and I'm like, I got fired while I was playing Madden, and he's like, what? I was like, oh shit, my bad. That was on the video game, not real life.
Dude, that was
but then
like
I took the Browns to the Super Bowl, and it's not the poop joke, but
it's
I made the Browns really good with Johnny Manziel.
And Justin, I know you used to play the NFL GM game, which
the NFL head coach,
or head coach, right? Yeah. That was elite.
That was my childhood.
That was elite. What do you like to do in your fun time?
I bowl in a bowling league basically year round. I don't know if I'm going to do one during football season. I don't know if the days and the times are going to add up. I'm also getting really sick and tired of the house that I'm at right now because since they put down a pattern that's like way too easy for novice bowlers. So, bowling league. I love being competitive. I love getting like even competitive like in my job and like in my work. I want to be better than everybody. And that's like the one time a week where it technically doesn't matter, but don't tell me it doesn't matter. And don't tell my buddy, because we usually bowl in a doubles league. Don't tell us that it doesn't matter, since we take it very seriously, and it like unhealthily impacts like our moods. If we bowl well, then I will be in a great mood for the rest of the week. If we bowl like shit, then I'll be like in an unhealthily bad mood for the rest of the week.
I respect it. Next question comes from Anthony at gman_ant. That's it. What is everyone's favorite music genre? And then he also asked, what's our favorite movie genres? So
you didn't read the instructions, Danny.
Danny doesn't read the parentheses that says just music.
Just music? Did it say that right there?
It does.
Here's the thing. I don't know Snacks's or Danny's. Like I could probably guess
that.
Justin's. I don't know. What are your guys' music choices?
I'm a big I like pop. I do like pop. I also like hip hop music. I'm a big hip hop guy as well. So those are my two categories, pop and hip hop.
That's neither of mine. I'm a classic rock guy. So
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, come on. From Zeppelin to The Who to Springsteen to Queen to all of that genre in the 70s and 80s. That's my bag, baby. All that classic rock stuff.
Like I said, I could get down with everybody. I can get down with most music. Now, new hip hop or like pop music, I can't. But the stuff from when I was in high school, I love. But it's just like once I stopped listening to it, once I got out of high school, I'm like, all right, I'm not learning anything new from that genre. Right now, it's folk and like reggae, which are very, very different.
Yeah, but those are two randoms.
Very different, but folk and reggae.
Reggae's good.
Snacks, how many times a year do you send me a celebration
What's crazy
day?
about that, Snacks?
I wouldn't have guessed it. That's all.
What would you have guessed? Now, I had when I was in college, all I listened to was classic rock.
No,
so I was like you.
All right. Fair. Justin, how many times a year do I send it?
Yeah, how many times a year do you send me Cashmere celebration day?
Well, probably at least 17 because that's how many games we play.
Yep.
So, and then probably 7 or 8 after that on a random drive home that I'm listening to the song. So
Every time you start your day and you get into your car, what song do you listen to?
Woke Up This Morning by Alabama 3.
That's right. That's
That's the Sopranos theme song.
I'm aware you are a predictable human being.
I am. Yeah.
I almost can't even pick genres. Like I have such a wide array of music. I love Celine Dion. I love Alison Krauss, and she's like bluegrass. I love Shania Twain. She's my favorite person in the world. I just went to a Charlie Puth concert, and I've really been liking him recently. The Eagles are the greatest rock band. They're like the greatest band ever, in my opinion. Sorry, Snacks.
Is anybody else going to give him crap for this, or like?
They're the greatest North American band of all time.
I don't really like the Eagles either, and I like their style of music, and I just don't.
I like a few of their songs outside of Hotel California because that's just.
I hate Hotel California.
So do I.
But wow, I think it's the greatest song ever.
I do like a couple of their songs. It's just I hate the fact that he says the Eagles are the best. But anyway, sorry, Justin. Go ahead.
Yeah,
It's fair.
yeah. So AC/DC, I grew up listening to AC/DC every Giants game day. I'm just blasting AC/DC at 7 o'clock, 8 a.m. in the car. And Snacks, like 9 times out of 10, what am I blasting in the car? Like pulling up to the L16 tailgate. It's AC/DC.
It's AC/DC. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta. I mean, the songs that are. We gotta upgrade the energy with some of the songs that are on our tailgate playlist.
Well, we're there for 5 hours, so it's like we always have that hour and a half window of dullness of songs before it really picks up towards the end. But I do agree. No, I do agree.
Straight reggae.
Yeah, straight reggae.
Yeah.
Play some folk.
Oh God.
There you go. Music.
Next question comes from the legend, Mr. Brownstone at Vanilla Gorilla 89. He asked I like this question. Is Simple Man Radio ever coming back? He also said, who wins in a fight, a grizzly bear on cocaine or a silverback gorilla on Natty Daddies? Love that.
I'd say silverback on Natty Daddies.
Yeah,
especially the one that asked the question.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So the bear, I think cocaine would like kind of make the bear, and I think that happened. I think that movie was kind of based on a true story, but not really.
Well, the bear died. It didn't go.
Yeah, that's the
rampage.
thing. Where you give a silverback a bunch of beers, he's gonna be going ham. Where a bear, I don't think he's gonna know like which ways which ways which.
I'm so concerned that there's 8% in Natty Daddies. That is a crazy number, especially.
Yeah, you weren't there that day, Danny.
I literally watched the Charlotte live show.
I saw the case, but I didn't realize at the time.
Dude, me and my brother will still just talk about it and dying laughing. Like Mr. Brown, the funniest part is Mr. Brownstone just holding the microphone out to other people who have their own microphones for like 15 minutes straight.
And his arm not getting tired.
Yeah, it's like his arms just not getting tired.
I hate the man's guts, but Tim Coffey's what do you call it? Composure during all of that was exceptional.
Oh, the funniest part was Research Rick, who's like an older gentleman, nicest guy in the world, like extremely smart. You can tell. Yeah, and you just got Mr. Brownstone just
let's win some games.
Right
no, but also, I mean, when Research Rick was on the end of the show, which honestly that was like
that's
mistake.
when Mr. Brownstone started to get a little out of control,
and that's when he started to get out of control, and that's when he like almost knocked down the camera.
That's the peak.
Which I don't know why we edited that out. That would have been the funniest part. It's like all of a sudden the camera just starts going sideways.
I was like, Julian, do me a favor. I am not touching.
Do we have the full video file of that?
I probably have deleted it. If
we
files.
have that full video file, that should be a Patreon exclusive.
All right, we'll ask Julian if he went through his computer from like 2 years ago. So
we need to recreate that.
But Buddy is.
And it was Boker.
I'm talking to
Snacks.
myself.
I mean, nobody knows who this guy is, but Snacks. It was Boker who was like watching the camera. Like that was his job. Like.
Well, now I know why it went to shit. That's
literally
so
leaning against the camera.
Jesus Christ!
Oh man,
all right, next question.
That's a legend in time. But by the way,
Simple Radio.
I'm about to say you just skipped over that one.
I need someone with my personality and work ethic to just take the reins of it because I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I'm about to say, I was like, guys, I gotta get off the.
Bobby, I think we have a very similar personality, but I can't do it during the day.
You don't have the work ethic.
I have a job.
I mean, one of my all-time favorite clips is when we were talking about Ben Simmons.
I'm gonna get like 20 DMs being like, "I love your same personality and work ethic."
But when we were talking about Ben Simmons making free throws, and then Snacks goes, it was like everyone celebrated like the day we killed Osama bin Laden. It was one of the funniest moments that
on Simple Man.
He said that. I have a clip of it on my phone. It's the funniest thing.
I don't remember that.
Well, it was on Simple Man Radio. I figured I could say anything I wanted.
Yeah, and he did it. And he did it. Next question comes from Steven Toronto. That's not there we go. At S Toronto 92. He goes rank them. We got Petty, we got Earnhardt, we got Gordon, we got Johnson. I know two of them, and so that's how I will be ranking them. I will let the actual NASCAR.
Who are the two that you know?
I know Gordon and Johnson.
You don't know who Dale Earnhardt is?
Well, I know him, but like I don't feel like I could properly rank him because that was before my time.
So I'm gonna sit this one out too. I'm gonna go based off what I know and what my dad's told me because my dad's a big NASCAR guy.
He is.
He is. Yeah, he loves NASCAR. I'm going Earnhardt, Petty, Johnson, Gordon.
I'm gonna go Earnhardt, Gordon, Johnson.
You're going to have to wait for my answer, but what you're not going to have to wait for is this weekend. Because this weekend, NASCAR is headed to the streets of Chicago for an unprecedented road course race throughout the heart of the city. There's truly been nothing like this in NASCAR's 75 years of existence. And that's actually true. Like, there's been nothing like this ever. And what an epic way to celebrate those 75 years of racing, competition, innovation than with a one-of-a-kind event like this. So, like, me and Justin are going to be there. There's a couple other people from the John Boy Media crew are going to be there. You can watch New Jersey's own Martin Truex Jr. You can watch him. You can root for him. You can root for Ricky Stenhouse. Guy won the Daytona 500. Maybe he'll be on the podcast on Monday. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm not counting any chickens until my eggs are hatched. Austin Cindric, who you might see in some John Boy Media content this weekend. Again, not promising. And then who you did see in some content, and he drives the number 3, Austin Dillon. So he's the only person to drive number 3 besides Dale Earnhardt. So the field will be as even as ever, considering this is the first time every driver's been on the wheel for this course. So there's 12 turns, some really tough turns. Like, it's going to be, I'm excited to see how aggressive these guys get. You're going to have some Formula 1 guys in there, like Jenson Button. I forget the other guy's name. So, and again, did we mention it's this weekend, 4th of July weekend, 4th of July mailbag. Make sure to get the whole crew together to celebrate the Stars and Stripes and tune in to the first ever Chicago Street Race on July 2nd at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. You'll be glad you did. And I actually think you will be glad you did.
Does this count like actually towards the Cup standards? Because when they do the race at the Coliseum, it does. Okay, so this does.
No, the Coliseum one doesn't count.
I
guess you were there. Weren't you there for the Coliseum?
I checked it out. Yeah.
So you were actually at the race.
It was fun. I liked it.
You were at the race and you didn't tell us?
I was at the race. Now you guys know.
Danny, weren't you curious as to why that question was thrown in there? But it was segued perfect to an.
It was beautiful. I mean, it
all makes sense. Yeah.
I read the directions for that one, so I was fully prepared for that one. But I didn't know how it was going to be integrated in and went in with perfection.
So I'm going to say Petty, Earnhardt. As much as this pains me as a Johnson guy, Gordon Johnson. Even though Gordon is the only one that doesn't have 7 championships, only has 4. He got screwed by the new championship format. He does have more wins than Jimmy Johnson, I think by like 2. Part of that is Jimmy started racing a little older, but Gordon was one of the first like young guns in the sport. So I'm going to go Gordon 3, Johnson 4.
I'm going to go Earnhardt.
David Pearson could be in there though.
I'm going to go Earnhardt 1, Johnson 2, Petty 3, Gordon 4.
Petty 3's got 200 wins.
I know. Different era, less competition. The fact what Johnson and Gordon did was really, really impressive. And Dale Earnhardt's just the best driver of all time. Like, his ability to do it just anywhere and everywhere.
We got Michael Judge in the chat with the Dale Earnhardt icon.
We do.
You know what always blew me away? Like back, gosh, I guess when we were kids, or Bobby, Jimmy Johnson won like the SB Male Athlete of the Year award like 3 out of 5 years.
Yeah.
Just
That's how
like
dominant he
crazy.
was.
He was
That's
dominant,
crazy.
right? Exactly. It's nuts.
You know,
It
and
was
that's when Blames LeBron was, you know, in Cleveland at his kind of peak and everything like that. So, you know, Peyton, Tom Brady, everybody.
Eli's brother.
Next question.
Next question comes from Top NJ/NY at Top NJNY. He asks, favorite football play that you've ever seen live?
Justin and Snacks, you guys have been to the most games, so I'll let you guys kick it off.
Justin.
Can I guess what yours is next? And then maybe you can guess what mine is?
All right, fine deal.
Were you there for Ron Dixon return for a touchdown?
At Philly?
Yeah.
Against Philly.
Against Philly, yeah.
Hold on 1 second. There's a motorcycle outside.
I don't hear it. Go.
Oh, if you don't hear it. Yes. So I was there for the Ron Dixon opening kickoff, divisional round 2001. And that was by far the best play. However, no, I'm not going to give another play because I got 3 other people to go. For you, you're such a weirdo with this stuff.
I am, but you're gonna hate yourself when you hear it.
So that was your top play, Snacks? Was the Ron
It
Dixon
was,
one?
yeah, because it set the tone. It was. I knew the game was over at 9 years old, sitting in the stands. It was game over.
I know you well, don't I?
Yeah, you do. It was good.
Yeah.
Justin, it's got to be an OC strip sack or
Nope.
something. All right, tell me. Tell us.
All right, 2015 Week 4, Larry Donnell helmet
Larry
catch
Donnell,
2.0.
son of a bitch. I knew it.
Yep. Yeah, that. Don't get me wrong. Like 2011 had some magical moments. Like a close second is like Victor
Weren't you
Cruz.
there for the Victor Cruz Cowboys touchdown?
I was there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was there
yep,
for
yeah,
that.
I
But
was there
that
for that as
that
well.
was a celebration of just a game, not really like a moment. I've also seen the OBJ Cowboys catch too, the 3-fingered catch.
That was another one because the stadium just went like dead silent. Everybody's watching the jumbotron, like, what?
But I mean, we
happened.
lost the game, so
Exactly,
I
right,
can't.
exactly.
I mean, I recognize how great the moment is, but I'm not going to consider it my favorite play. But that was like legit, like a walk-off play. Like Eli Manning leads that game-winning drive. There's like 20-some seconds left. Did it at home, and they wound up taking first place in the division in 2015 at 3-2, and they beat the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. So that is my favorite play that I've ever seen.
I don't know why I didn't say that because I remember us talking about it on Bleeding Blue in that specific moment because where Donnell caught it, where he always does, he catches it and then falls on the ground.
Yeah.
What he
But it
did
was like a
best.
helmet catch 2.0.
It was, right. And then me and Disagree were 10 rows up in that end zone. So we're going crazy celebrating. And then we see Eli and Coughlin like meeting midway through and celebrating together. So I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So are we doing just Giants for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Just Giants. Well, I haven't seen many great plays in my opinion.
Because you're a mush.
Yeah, I'm a mush. Well, I mean, I like this one because the game was so heated. I know we lost, but that 2015 Panthers Giants game, the play when Odell hit his little stutter move on Josh Norman into the end zone to catch the game-tying touchdown after they were down.
That had to be electric.
35-0.
That was an awesome game.
And then he caught it, steps over Josh Norman. It was an electric field. I've never heard MetLife every time I've been there that loud. It was
That was one of the most memorable games in Giants history that they lost, probably.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that game because
Probably the second best. Yeah.
Odell broke our heart in the first drive when he dropped that beautiful pass from Eli that he beat Josh Norman on, that he made up for it in that one moment. And I know our defense was absolutely god awful that year, but that play, I think about that every time. And then
2015 was an electric year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was annoying though. It was so annoying.
It was, yeah.
I was at the last win that year. It was the Dolphins Monday Night Football game. We were second in the division behind Washington by half a game. It was all right, the Giants are probably going to win the division. They didn't win a game the rest of the year. It was so freaking frustrating.
It was a bad finish.
And that was also on a 4th and goal that they did that play on Josh when Odell hit it.
It's a good answer, Danny.
And then if you listen, I don't want to ruin it based off what I was about to say next, but if you listen to the broadcast, because that was the game Joe Buck did, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Joe Buck nailed the call. It made it even more electric in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a insane game. That was on national TV too, I think.
Yeah, it was 4:00 game.
So I haven't been to a ton of games, but this I'll always remember this moment, and it's going to sound silly at first.
Wait, can I guess?
Go ahead.
I was going to say Andrew Thomas catching a touchdown, but
that was pretty exciting. One, because like it's Andrew Thomas, and I literally called it. Like they said, number 78 is eligible. You can ask Julian. I was with Julian. I told the whole section. I was like, "This ball is going to Andrew Thomas," and called it. And it was a big fun. Like I know ball. But it was 2019 versus the Dolphins.
I knew you were about.
Alex Tanney, 1 yard completion to Scott Simonson.
Oh, come on.
Because that was Eli being taken out of the game. And that was like saying goodbye to Eli. And that was like, that was emotional.
So sentimental feeling is what gives you that play as number one.
Yeah. So I'm undefeated at Giants games, but like
one time.
The like spectacular plays I've seen at Giants games, there's not many. Like that Monday Night Football game versus the Dolphins, Odell had the long touchdown and then the toe drag on the sideline. So those are two. But I hate Odell, so I'm not going to do those. And then I've only been to like 5 or 6 more games after that. So
let's clarify that people could be saying, well, Bobby saw the Andrew Thomas Tampa Bay Bucks game, but we lost that game. Nope, Jason Garrett was fired on Monday.
Yeah, that's my biggest. Might be my biggest victory.
Yeah.
There we go. And Justin, you were, I guess, too young. It wasn't a great play because people could say Favre was going to go down anyway. But Strahan sack.
Yeah, I was too young for that. I was not there.
That was a great one to celebrate with everybody in the stands, and Strahan would have sacked him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, the other dumb play I was thinking about was 2019 when the Giants only ran like flea flickers when they called Russell Shepard against the Bears wide open in the end zone. That was just sick.
Oh, so you were there for Saquon jumping over Adrian Amos too.
Yep.
And Victor Cruz's 99-yard touchdown is also a big one.
See, yeah, you guys have been to so many good ones. You have a lot to pick from. I have the Andrew Thomas, a couple Odell ones, and then Eli. I mean, the Eli send-off was like I'm so happy that I got to be there for that. I
can get the emotional and sentimental feeling behind that play.
That was an amazing moment in the stadium.
I was in puddles in my living room.
Yeah, you didn't go because you didn't care about Eli like I did.
You peed yourself?
Yes, I peed myself.
Danny, I'm surprised you didn't mush Eli and kill him during his Giants tenure.
Well, he got
killed in 2016.
But wait, hang on. We did lose. Period. We did lose his retirement game. Not retirement game, his jersey retirement and number retirement. Guess who was there at that one?
How do I kick him out of here?
That was maybe the most mad the fan base has ever been, was that losing to the Falcons.
Ugh.
Booing.
Yeah, because Sean Merrick came on the stage.
Oh.
I think that was a Merrick kick over the trash cans game.
Yeah, that was ugly. All right, what we got, Dan?
That's when Burn Down MetLife came. Probably the dumbest tweet I ever tweeted out was like, I was like, break stuff, throw it on the field.
Yep.
Just encouraging everybody.
I was so angry after that. That's the most angry I've been after one single game.
Yeah, it was bad.
All right, next question comes from the GOAT Chris Mickle at the Grizzly Bear. Bobby, this one's for you first. Would you rather go to a golf event with Eli Manning or a NASCAR race with Cope Hizzle? So
we're gonna go rapid fire. I don't hate Cope Hizzle. I really don't. He actually kind of entertains me a little bit, as much as I don't want to admit it. He's an idiot, but entertaining. It's golfing with Eli, though. I do not hate golf. I hate golfers. It's very clear, and we saw that with what the PGA Tour did. Scumbags, total scumbags. True. Was very everyone acted surprised? Not me. Tried to tell you guys that for years. So I have no problem with the game of golf. It's golfers that I hate.
It's a fair point. What happened with Liv and PGA is truly disgusting. So I will give you that.
And just the way they act.
The way they act.
Been to like a golf course?
I have.
People who run them are dickheads.
They are the worst.
That's fair. You hate professional golfers, not golfers like myself, right?
Nah, Bobby's best video is when he honks the horn on that guy's.
People got that's my point. That's how mad golfers got about that.
I thought
some of the most out of touch tweets I've ever seen in my life were responding to that video. Some guy like, people could have money on that. It's like, then drop the fucking ball and do it again.
Justin, this one's for you. Shania VIP tickets or bowl a perfect game in your bowling league championship?
Bowl a perfect game.
I knew that was gonna be your answer.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I don't need to meet Shania Twain because what if she's like not nice to me and then the whole allure goes away?
What if you're able to touch her though?
No, because here's the thing: you get a ring if you bowl 300 in your league.
Really?
Now Bokra is about to spend $1,000 on his ring, so I may hold off on that for a little bit.
I make you pay for a $1,000 ring.
Yeah, you can customize it, and I think he's going a little overboard with the customizations and stuff like that.
It's like a senior ring.
So since the day I met him, I've known he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 300 because that will never go away. Like that memory that you get a ring, that will never go away.
Snacks, you answered this on Twitter, but the Yankees fired Casper. Are they release free unseen episodes of The Sopranos?
I didn't like scroll up to see the original tweet, so I just saw Chris's tweet. Fire
asking
Cashman.
for mailbag questions, and Snacks is responding to them on Twitter with his answers.
I didn't scroll up to see the original tweet. It's Fire Cashman. I hate that scumbag. If he, Fire Cashman.
And then
that's called maturity, by the way.
What was the other option?
Or free unseen episodes of The Sopranos.
Fire Cashman.
Fire Cashman. In a heartbeat.
My question was a Mets World Series win in your life or doing media for the Giants. My answer would be the Mets win a World Series in my life, solely because if I work for the Giants, then I always have to say nice things because you're doing team media. That's how, unless I was working like covering them. But like if I'm working for the actual Giants,
well, let's say just media like covering the New York Giants.
That's what I wanted to say, because like say you're the next Jordan Renan, you're on ESPN, you're allowed to.
That'd be the Giants.
More stories than
yeah, that'd be the Giants exactly. I just physically don't want to work. I don't want to work for any team outright because then I feel like I'm almost constrained to like what they want.
That's got to be so annoying.
I don't want that.
To like, and a lot of the guys that write for the Giants aren't Giants fans either. So it's not like it's like some guys like, hey, I could just be a homer and no one gives a shit. It's like they're not. A lot of them aren't Giants fans that actually write about the team.
I just can't cover them.
Hey, Danny, at the end of the day, you at least have a chance at one of them.
That is fair.
You may be on the Giants beat soon.
Mm-hmm. Next, the Mets will win one. Maybe I
may just like pay out of pocket to pay Danny King to be a beat reporter just so I can give him the Tony Award.
Josh Lepowski, we'll go with that. At J Loopy asks, what athlete do you hate the most? My athlete, I'm just gonna go first because I already talked about how much I dislike him. I hate Josh Norman. He used Odell to elevate his career and he failed miserably. He's a no one now. Sucked with the Commanders. Went to the Bills. Still sucked, I think. I hate him. One thing Dave Gettleman did right was not paying that man a contract.
Drafted Dexter Lawrence too, but yeah, you're right. Do I even have to say it?
Look at you, little. Are you gonna do the? Hey, bad GM, but got some picks right. It's like, yeah, that's.
It was more of a plan.
Here's the issue with Giants fans is that the thing that most home to them is like the 4 years of Gettleman was not as bad of drafting as the last 4 or 5 years of Jerry Reese. So the bar was so low that's like, hey, got some first round picks right. Was like not so bad.
I'd hope so.
Yeah,
that's so true.
I do give him credit where credit's due, but he's a horrible GM.
Horrible. I don't think I really.
Oh yeah,
I don't know this off the top of my head.
Oh, I know immediately.
For Snacks, I literally talked about him 20 minutes ago. It's LeBron blames.
It's LeBron blames.
You have a lot of hate. I thought you could have went the Tiki Barber route.
That is true.
Especially after we were kissing Tiki's ass on the last podcast too.
I have a lot of hate. I wanted to be respectful on the last pod, but no, there is no athlete single-handed that I will ever hate more than LeBron blames. I think he's a loser. He ruined the NBA for a decade and a half. Tiki Barber, scumbag, absolute quitter.
Your LeBron hate. LeBron hate is lame.
No, it's not. I've hated him since 2010. I'm just not going to. What am I just going to like him now? No,
you can respect him. He's corny, not Jordan, second best player of all time.
Calm down. I never said he wasn't a great ball player. Great ball player.
Second best player of all time?
No, he's won.
Second?
In my opinion,
yeah,
Will Chamberlain.
Okay, anyway. I'll let you use that. Here's what drives me nuts is the people who say like Kobe's. People who say Kobe is like second best of all time.
Kobe, but
Kobe fans are out of their mind. And I have friends that are like that. And they will just where they win is that they'll just never stop arguing with you. There's nothing that you can say to them. They'll be like, don't care.
No,
they're just like Kobe as a baller. It's insane.
They compare him to Jordan, and that's why they think he goes second. But no, it's not. I love Kobe, God bless his soul, but no, he's not even close to second. I would put Wilt second and then LeBron third. But he's won 3 NBA championships. He's lost 6 finals. He's a loser. He ruined the NBA. I can't stand the guy. There's off the court actions that I'm disgusted with. He is a terrible person.
Off the court.
I'm not going to
get China stuff.
I'm not going to get into it.
Oh, being a hypocrite. But everyone's a hypocrite that has over $100 million. I'm going to go Joel Embiid. I hate Joel Embiid. I really do. And it's just because you're like, LeBron's not a winner. Guy's won 4 NBA championships.
3.
Whatever. Joel Embiid talks so much shit. Dude's never even got out of the second round. And we're not talking about like these teams. He's just against stacked teams. Got beat by the Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young in the second round. After being up in that series too. He's just because he got to play with Ben Simmons, it's like Ben Simmons is like worse. And I hate Ben Simmons, but Joel Embiid, dude, he talks so much shit for someone who cannot get out of the second round. And like when he and Karl Anthony Towns like got into it, like that little skirmish, like no one actually won because no like real punches were landed. But if someone won, it was Karl Anthony Towns. He gets up celebrating like he just whipped this dude's ass, and he got freaking handled. The crying thing, I hate Joel Embiid. Laughing at like he gave like almost gave Jared Allen a concussion and was laughing at after the game, talking shit on the like. You're like, oh, we're not going to be like the Warriors, blow a 3-1 lead. It's like, dude, you've never even been out of the second round. You're talking shit about the Warriors. By the way, you did blow a 3-1 lead. You big loser. I hate Joel Embiid so much.
I can fully get behind that. And it wasn't even the hot. Like,
there's no one even close. I don't really hate any athletes besides Joel Embiid that aren't like Nets related, like Kyrie, Kevin Durant.
And even the Raptors series was brutal too. He had one guy. Kawhi was the only player on that team that was he played out of his mind that one playoff series.
And Jimmy was the only reason that they were in the last
right.
That
exactly.
last 4 minutes of that game, Jimmy just took the ball and took over.
You took the words out of my mouth. Exactly. Like Embiid had nothing. Sorry, Justin. I think I know this one.
Aaron Rodgers is the LeBron James of the NFL.
Wow.
He wants his friends. He wants his friends to come and play with him. He cries during the summer that he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that. I'm going to retire. I'm not going to come back. I want this. I want that. Oh, but also give me $50 million. But the team is not good enough around me. And now he's with the Jets. He could come out and say that he didn't demand for his friends to come play.
Yes, he did.
But it's kind of like Chris Mara saying, I kind of like this, I kind of like that, but I don't really do anything around here.
And he did demand those things. He's lying. He lies. Yeah. They had some person wrote a story about like the hand signals and stuff he uses. The whole article is literally wide receivers that played with Aaron Rodgers. And he's like, this is full of lies and bullshit. And it's like, no, dude, your teammates are the ones who went on record and said this. So
they outed you.
Anytime
dude.
The media says something about him negative, and again, I do think people went like way too hard on hating him over the COVID thing. Like,
this is nothing. I want to make it clear. This has nothing to do with his beliefs or whatever. I think it's a distraction that he goes on Pat McAfee and he talks about all this stuff, and it's just so much not about football. That's the part that I don't like. That's the part that I don't like. I don't care about what he says, but I think he's the LeBron James of the NFL. That's what I agree.
Where he does blame everybody but himself,
and he chokes. And every year, it's himself. It's himself that chokes in the playoffs, not his team.
Honestly, you know what? I hate the guy more than anything in the world, but Blames has rings. Rodgers won what?
He's won
15 years ago. Yeah. So,
and at least his psychedelics are.
And that's why I think it's going to fail. That's why, like, the Jets, I think, are going to have a fine regular season. I don't think they're going to get a first round bye. I think they're going to make the playoffs. No. They are not winning a playoff game.
Well.
That AFC is ridiculous, but
and that's partially why. If they were in the NFC, I think it's a very different discussion.
Yeah, that's one reason why too. Why I think they have a 1, maybe 2 year window, and I just don't see them getting through the AFC.
Yeah.
Also,
All right. That's it for me.
also, we're about to
Also,
do
I'm not
this.
sold that Robert Saleh is a good coach.
We're gonna have to do
Robert Saleh sucks. He's a cheerleader.
I think we're gonna have to do this one quick. I accidentally glanced over it. Sal from Upstate asked Snacks Pat Sajak, he's leaving. What are your he asked how you feel about that. And then he asked if we had to rank a Giant player that would make the best game show host.
Well, I'm disgusted.
Don't say the Giants player. We're going to do a draft for that. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see Pajak leave. And why would they pick
Horrible.
Ryan Seacrest?
Horrible pick.
That guy sucks.
Well, it's just like it's Wheel of Fortune. You don't put like someone like here's who I think did it right. The Price is Right. Getting Drew Carey was perfect. Yeah. Not like known for being a host. It's just like, hey, let's find a guy who's mildly popular, and this is going to be his thing, and it's all he's going to care about. He did
what? Whose Line Is It Anyway? That was really it. And that was just
the Drew Carey show. Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's like a guy who's got some popularity, but it's probably dwindling a little bit, and this is going to be his thing that he devotes to. Ryan Seacrest is not going to do that, and he's like the most boring personality ever.
He really is so boring. Sir Pat Sajak has a personality. He knows exactly what he's doing. I got a DVR right now, Danny. Once we're done, I'm gonna go lock in. I'm gonna watch Sir Pat. I'm gonna watch Vanna. I'm gonna dominate. No, when he's done, so am I. I'm done, and I love Wheel. Love it.
I think I read something about Vanna. She wants.
I was also hoping that maybe Sir Pat's daughter would be the new host.
I hadn't seen it. What was the thing he did? Have you seen the Scooby-Doo clip?
No, I haven't.
Where he's like, I'll find it. But we're gonna do a draft of the thing. The only thing I don't like about Pat Sajak is we used to make fun of the people who said did the dumb. There was a stretch of just really dumb Wheel of Fortune moments. And he would come on Twitter and be like, "Don't make fun of these people."
We talked about it on Simple Man Radio once.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
All right, so here's the page.
That's crazy. I have just one thing to say to you.
He just makes a random noise. He tried to do some Scooby-Doo thing in it.
One thing to say to you.
Oh my god.
That doesn't sound like Scooby-Doo at all.
Vanna White is apparently holding out on Wheel of Fortune. Drama there.
Good. Yeah. Well, now she's like, I just want to get paid now. All right. So for this draft, and then we're doing one other draft later, and so we'll just go opposite order. I'm doing a wheel. All right, Danny, you're gonna have the first pick.
I got my answer.
Wait.
What have we got to think?
Second pick will be me. And then third pick will be it's going to be tight. It'll be Justin. And then we'll flip the order for the second draft we're doing. All right, so Danny, who's your pick for Giants player to be a game show host?
Graham Gano.
Oh, that's underrated, and I didn't even write his name down.
He's got the personality, and he's funny on his Instagram stories. There's a little ball throwing thing, and he seems like he's a fun guy to be around. And I think he had the laid back personality.
This is if you've been in a locker room, you know this. Kickers very often have the most personality on a team. Like my All-Star game, the funniest guy was the kicker. So that's a good one. I didn't think of that. All right, I'm gonna go. There's 4 guys I put on this list. One wasn't Gano, even though Gano is a good one. I'm going to go for the guy because he's going to have a Steve Harvey effect of setting up jokes that aren't that funny, but they're funny for TV and giving the Steve Harvey look. Darius Slayton.
He was my.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I didn't have Slayton written down. That's a good one. He is hysterical.
There's 2 other guys who I think would be a little more clean, crisp and cut, run the show really well. But Slayton, I think, is just gonna set it up, and the Steve Harvey be like, "What is something that you come inside of?" And be like, "My wife," and it's just he asks these sexual
tap
these questions
the card
that
on
just,
your chest.
just these questions that are very sexually leading, and then he's acts shocked when it's there. So I I think Slayton would be good at setting that up. All right, Justin, who would be yours?
There's two guys. One's a more clean cut, but I'm going to go with the other route, Jihad Ward.
I disagree. And I because Jihad Ward.
I like Jihad.
If you listen to his press conferences, and I hate to be from the departments of know I'm saying, but he's a know I'm saying guy. Like he says know I'm saying after everything he says, where it's just I don't know if you can't do that on TV.
Nah, Jihad Ward would be funny though.
He would be funny.
Would he be that funny though, or is Jihad Ward like locker room funny?
Got to get it out of him.
I think they could get Jihad Ward to be good.
I think Jihad Ward is locker room energy funny. Like I don't know if
you also have to mix humor with like
game show is so much different than being in a locker room. Like you have to be like comfortable like delivering punchlines and stuff. I don't think Jihad Ward that's his style.
All right, depending on Snacks' pick, I may change my pick.
Well, I am. Maybe I'm going Dexter Lawrence.
I'm not changing my pick.
That's a bad pick.
No, that's a good pick.
That's a bad pick.
He's too goofy.
That makes him perfect.
But that makes him. He's got the face for it, and he's also very. After a loss, you see him on the post-game presser. He's very collected. He's very smart, intelligent, but he's got a smile that radiates. That's a TV smile. When you pan to Sir Pat Sajak and he's smiling with Vanna White, you can't tell me that Dexter Lawrence is going to stand there with a big goofy smile and then be goofy and joke around.
But he's
with the
baby
contestants.
Goofy. He's not going to be able to deliver lines. So the three other guys that I had on this list, you guys didn't take. Kayvon would be way better than any. Grant Gano was a good pick by Danny.
Kayvon's a good
Shepard.
one.
Yes.
People say Sterling Shepard's a funny guy in the locker room. He's got the big smile. And then Darren Waller, I think, would be an underrated one. Like Darren Waller does a lot of media stuff. He's got the deep voice for it.
Kayvon's the guy I regret not taking.
I can get behind Kayvon, yeah. Shepard's more so like Dexter to me, though. Like just big smile, goofy, and stuff like that. Kayvon, I could definitely see because he's got that edgy.
I adamantly disagree with your guys' picks.
Sure.
Well,
you guys just went for like the most. You guys went for like most entertaining in a practice or press conferences, and that's not what a game show is.
Dexter doesn't. Whatever. We're not going to argue this. Danny, what we got now?
Next question comes from Joe Smith at Giant Fan in DC. I would love to know what this guy's real name is. I feel like this is a burner. But that's just me. Name one thing you appreciate about each other and one thing that annoys you.
I think the funny thing about this group is that it's gonna be a lot easier for us to tell each other what we dislike than what we like, because we're not gonna be good at giving each other compliments.
There's nothing I like about any of you.
Well, it's just I don't think any of us are comfortable giving the other ones compliments.
I disagree. I'm very comfortable giving compliments.
So what should we do first? Negative, annoy or compliments first?
Get the compliments.
We should probably start with annoy, and then we could finish off with what we like.
I was gonna say annoyed. Let's get annoyed first, and then finish off with something nice.
Who wants to go first?
Danny.
So I'll go first because I'll get the uncomfortable first.
You know what? That's what annoys me. Bobby always cuts people off. There you go.
Snacks. Okay, perfect. Justin says Bobby. That's perfect. Snacks, you're a flake.
Yeah,
that's just a fact. You are a flake.
Yes. You know what? Can you put? That actually was going to be mine.
Danny. That's just I think Danny. I think the good thing about Danny and the bad thing about Danny are the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Is that it's just like I could ask Danny to do something, he'll do it, but Danny could also probably not want to do something I ask him to do, and he'll just do it.
Yeah.
So Danny's loyal, but loyalty can be a negative sometimes too, because it's like you don't let like what your feelings out, and that can anger could grow.
Yeah.
You know what? Time out. By the way, real quick. Why don't you just do hate, like, same thing, so we don't have to go in circles. So like.
Okay. All right. So I just basically did both in the same. Like Danny is as loyal as can be.
That's kind of why I brought that up, because it's gonna right.
What I like about Snacks.
It's never a good start, Danny.
No, me and you could have like probably the most just normal conversation. Like I think we have similar interests. We're both a little bit of scumbags, so we can make the jokes about scumbag things. And then with Justin, annoy. So many.
I know.
No. I think Justin's getting a little too John Boy Media-y. Is that one?
Ooh.
It's fair.
Ooh. Gotta pay the bills, though. Gotta pay the bills.
So I wanted to tweet this. And I was like, let me just save it for the 4th of July pod. That Kadarius Toney video that we put out made my fucking blood boil. Because it was saying we don't care, but we made a video about it. So it's like it's the biggest contradiction.
All right, but also we're a podcast and we talked about something.
Yeah, but we could have just left it on the pod. But then don't caption it that we don't care. Then don't caption it that we don't care.
But that's the part of like, this is what we do. Here's something that annoys me about you. I'm going to add a second thing. You care too much about what people think, and you care too much about when we get criticism. Like, this is what we do. We are media. We are getting more
Grump's
followers.
Video out saying he got a participation trophy. That's not true. Like I said it on the podcast. Like that's a podcast conversation. Like, and you captioned it wrong.
That's what people comment. That's part of what people comment on. And I kind of
like.
like.
I never want to put anything out wrong just to get people to comment. That is not good ever. I will never like. Then we're just ESPN. We're just ESPN being like, who's the best corner of all time?
If that video is the most ESPN that we'll get, then I'll take it.
But that was just a bad video. And again, you can't say you care. And again, it was, and we used the clips of Grump just being flat out wrong, saying he got a participation trophy.
That was one line, and I get it. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's one line, you can't ignore it. He said it, but hey, I mean,
but if we had like a 5-minute conversation and we like put that line in, where it's like. That was just, I just didn't agree with, like, I do care. I don't care that much, but, and again, we made a video about it. You can't say you don't care about something and make a video about it.
No, I disagree. It's a part of a podcast that.
But it was a podcast talking about next year's draft, and you took the 5 minutes at the end.
Well, I'm not gonna make socials clips, and people don't care about next year's draft right now. Like that's not. If I were to put out,
but then don't say
here's
that we
a preview
don't care.
of. This is our jobs.
We could have put a conversation out about Kadarius, but I just hated that one. Like when we got hate for the Tony video that his trainer got mad. I got no problem with that. Everything we said was 100% true. There's context to it. We talked about both sides of the argument, but that was just like I didn't even agree with what we were saying in the video. And
99% of people did not disagree with us. There were people that did agree with us, and then some people disagreed with us. And a lot of Chiefs fans
I don't care about people disagreeing with us.
Yes, you clearly do. You clearly
disagreed
do.
with the video. I disagreed with the video.
But this is part of our jobs now, and our jobs is to put out videos.
To put out something. Yeah, we could put out video again. But that video made me nuts. And again, that's the John Boy Media part.
Yeah,
is where you say, well, it got clicks and people. No, that's I wouldn't. That's never been the goal of Talkin Giants. Like the John Boy Media social media page I hate it with a passion. I think it's stupid. I don't think it pulls anybody to watch videos. I think it just gets a bunch of viral clips that don't help the company.
There's also some things behind the scenes on why that video was tremendously successful for us. I understand. No,
yeah, but I don't want to. I'm not. It's not going into my pockets. I don't care about making a little. No, but
that's not. And I'm not saying that. But that's. I also understand what you're saying, and it really, I think if it wasn't for Grump's one line in the video, then I think the video would be fine, and I think you would be fine.
It's just the easiest. Like you guys said, you don't care, but you made a video and you're literally it's being promoted.
We are a podcast. Like this is like we're talking.
Then you could
about
have said
a topic.
like we could have talked about it, but you can't say that you. Again, we could have put the Kadarius Toney conversation out there, but. Saying you don't care about something,
and also we can't be living in real life where everything is a 3-minute podcast clip.
Somehow Kadarius Toney has taken over this podcast, and it is driving me bonkers that man is.
Say it again. You're like leaning 20 feet away from your microphone.
Kadarius Toney has found his way into this podcast, and it is amazing.
That's another thing. Danny leans 20 feet away.
That's the thing that bothers me about Danny, is that he leans 20 feet away from the microphone.
I was doing so good, but I was like, I got time, so I'll lay back.
Danny, you know what I hate about
I got
you?
no problem with controversial. I'll argue with people, but I was like, I can't argue because I agree with what everyone's saying shitty about this.
Okay.
What'd you say, Snacks?
You know what I hate about you, Danny?
The Mets? Oh, I'm a mush.
No, I don't hate your mush. I feel bad for you. I think you're the epitome of shit fandom. Oh, World Series back on. No, rip your team.
Yes.
Get over it. Be a man. Step up. You're the biggest.
You should do the same about the Knicks. You're
Oh,
sitting here saying they're likely to win a title.
Whoa. I didn't say likely. I said they had a shot.
I've handed way more.
Way more.
I literally called the season over.
Team.
Justin Verlander got hurt. I said the season's over. They won that game. I was like, back on. Let's go.
Other than that, Danny, everything else I like about you. You're a good kid and your mother's a great woman. So there's really nothing else I can find. Bobby, I can't hold on. I didn't get to go.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
We let Bobby and
What'd you say you like about Danny?
I like his hair. I like him as a pride. There's really not.
Come on, dude. That's the first grade. Like, give the comment next to like, I like your shoes.
I respect the comment. Me personally.
Like, I remember in kindergarten, say something nice about the girl next to you, and I said, I like your shoes. Because I'm
gonna kind of pull you though. So I hate his fandom in a way, but I also like his passion. He still continues to this day buy first round jerseys or first round picks for every Giant.
I like that.
To me, that's very cool. You would never catch me dead doing that ever. Ever. They need at least 5 years and a second contract to even think about it. Anyway, Bobby, I kind of agree with what you like about me. I think we unfortunately have a lot of similar tendencies and we can shoot fireworks together. I hate that.
Snacks is the only person I send fireworks videos to.
It's true. And on the 4th, I'll be sending you plenty. I hate that you think you're always right.
Oh,
here's the problem is I am always right though.
See, I can appreciate that response because that's what I would say. However, it's true. Justin, your communication skills are terrible.
Sure.
To me, you know how many text messages have been left unread?
This is true.
That you never got back to me?
This is true. You're not the only one.
Things that were important.
Yeah.
That I needed responses to, you never got back to me.
This is true. You're not the only one.
I know. But on the flip side, you're one of my best friends. You're very loyal, so I can't complain too much. In a pinch, you're there. And I also enjoy that on a long day, we have a long drive, or after a Giant game, it's an hour-long conversation. So thank you.
That's right.
But at the
Me
end
and
of the day,
Justin got so heated that I didn't even get to say a compliment. It just turned into like a first take debate about a fucking Kadarius Toney.
I know it was pretty elite, Danny. I don't know if you realized, but I was enjoying the shit.
Now, granted,
out of it.
I want to acknowledge with that too. And Kyle, our head of our socials team, will acknowledge this too. There's hits and there's misses. Like that video, and if Bobby disagreed with it, fine. That video was a miss, and we've had plenty of hits too. And I don't think that used to happen more often. And I don't think it's happened that often. So you're gonna have hits, and in the day of age of, if you want to do this media thing right, and that's putting out clips from shows, it's putting out clips of things that people want to talk about, even in the month of May and June and July. That was a miss, and there's gonna be hits, and I'm gonna miss again, and then Bobby's gonna get mad at me, and that's what it's gonna have to be.
Well, so I don't even bring up the only reason I bring it up is because we're doing the 4th of July podcast. Most of the time, all right, I can't, don't get mad about it. But the thing I like about Justin is that he cares. It would be hard to find someone who cares about this show as much as I do. And like the shit that, okay, so for example, that got me mad. The shit that other people do that might be involved with our show sometimes and they get it wrong, it drives Justin just as crazy as me. So like caring about that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff that you don't even know.
It's a shitty work schedule sometimes, and it's like you just got to be down for it. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the same thing with Danny. It's like me and Danny did this like 2-3 in the morning, getting 200 fucking downloads. So
yeah, you guys are going to do that again. We got that early morning.
Yeah, way more this year. Julie and I were talking about that.
Oh my god, that's the thing I told myself I'd never complain about, but I want to complain about so much having to record at 2 o'clock.
I don't even mind the Sunday night games, but it's the Monday night games that fucks up the whole week because it's going to screw up the film review, the O-line report, and then everything else that kind of follows from there. So that's the thing that sucks. So
shout out to Joe Smith for that question. That was fun.
I know.
I think we did that. I think we've done that one before too.
I didn't go yet.
No, I didn't go yet either. We were going to be here for a while.
Let's go.
Bobby Skinner. I'll start with you first. I already mentioned multiple things that annoyed me, so I guess I don't have to. I guess I don't have to do that. No, but Bobby's like seriously the most when you put your head down to work on something. You work harder at it than any other person that I know. So, once we get you at a spot and once we kind of direct you to where you got to be. You put your head down and you work at it and you accomplish it, which is awesome. Danny King, I mean, I agree with the loyalty point, so I'll think of something different. Your glow up, by the way, I know this is a looks thing in first grade, but you've had a glow up as the years have gone on too that I need to document. Like the swag has just.
That's an underrated point, Justin.
It is.
Danny was like hair sideways,
yeah,
wearing basketball shorts and like a ripped up T-shirt when we first started the podcast. Now he's a style guy.
Yeah. So you know what? That is, and that's you got to be conscious about that. You didn't just mature. You didn't hit puberty. Like that is a conscious thing that you're taking care of yourself. I don't do that. I look like shit.
I didn't care how I looked in high school.
Danny King, did I say something? I already, yeah. You sit 20 feet away from the microphone. That's the thing that bothers me. Snacks, yeah, you are a little bit of a flake. That does bother. It was even last week. I was waiting 3 p.m. and I'm like, I have other people waiting on me for plans, and I'm like, let's go, we doing something. So that's that. But we talk about that. We're very honest with each other.
And you do know other issues come about, work and everything.
Anyway. I know, but we talk about it. And then you are the most loving and caring person that I know in the entire world. And I tell you that, and I think I tell you that all the time too. And you're one of my best friends, if not the best friend that I have in the entire world. So I love you. We literally talk almost every single day. Every single day. If I'm driving home from the train station, Snacks is driving home from work. If he's driving if he has a long drive for work, and I he knows that I'm home and I'm not at the office, we're talking on the phone. So Snacks is a wonderful person.
Thank you, Justin.
I don't know the best way, because it's not a bad thing, but I feel like Justin at times, like when things
Danny didn't go yet.
When things aren't going right, like sometimes you get like loose focus, like you get like so in your own place and you forget like the fun that's being had. Flustered, I feel like that's just like not the best trait, but I understand you want perfection, because who doesn't want perfection? And then obviously the good trait is like you're just a grinder. Like you're gonna be editing God knows how many hours of videos this year, YouTube, podcast, all that. Just grinder, gamer, hard worker. Bobby, it's the cutoffs. It is the cutoffs. That is the most bonkers driving thing in this entire world. Good, obviously, always looking out. Like you put in the good word for me for TMZ, so I do respect that. That definitely played a part in me, helping me actually have them allow me in the office. Did appreciate that. Snacks. I mean, I could be minding my business out of nowhere, and all of a sudden a Mets comment is thrown my way.
You just start berating him.
I could literally say, guys, happy 4th of July. He'll be like, you mush, the Mets will never win. I'll be like, bro, this has no correlation on the team, on anything I've said. And then obviously positive, like just said. You could literally call me a scumbag 5 seconds ago, and then all of a sudden you're like just the most caring person. So
I'll give you a hug and a kiss every time I see you.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Thanks.
All right, we did it. That's the last time we'll do that.
Hard to do. The compliments part was hard to do.
That's the last time we'll do that until next year.
That was. I almost want to end off on that. I was. I got all emotional.
The two things we got most fired up about was compliments and which team's going to win the next championship in New York.
So is that how you start and finish?
We got to finish.
I know.
We are so far.
We have another ad we have to read.
Next one comes from Nico Riesick, because he's telling us to read an ad. Is that where the ad read comes in?
This is exactly where the ad read comes in, Danny King.
Good.
There's a second part of that question that you're going to read after I'm done reading the ad, but Manscaped.
You can ask it now, and it'll be Manscaped.
You know what? Actually, yeah,
ask
Danny,
the question,
you know what?
Danny.
Ask the second part of the question.
And can you guys tell me what your favorite ad reads are? You'll be glad you did. Thanks. I think I know Justin's favorite.
Great segue.
It actually is Manscaped, because I think some of the Manscaped reads that I do are corny and I try and be funny, but I get a lot of messages, and even some people that I meet are like, bro, like the Manscaped reads out of everything, make me die, and they make me laugh. So I really appreciate that. And I also appreciate, like, Manscaped has been our longest running partner and sponsor as the years have kind of gone on. So literally they've helped us cover the draft every single year. since we've done our coverage. Even when we were remote in 2020, they sponsored it and they covered it. So they've been with us for like the longest amount of time, and like the events that we've done and things like that, the milestones. So
And they send us the best products.
yes, that is true. Oh my gosh, they send like the Weed Whacker 2.0.
The best promo codes too.
Best promo. I think it is our best deal. 20% off and free shipping when you use our code GIANTS at manscaped.com at checkout. 20% off plus free shipping with our code GIANTS at manscaped.com. It's the 20%. It's the free shipping that really that's what really gets me. So you know about their products. They have the Weed Whacker 2.0. They have the Lawnmower 4.0. They have the beard shampoo and conditioner, beard oil, beard balm. They got you covered on your face. They got you covered down below as well. So again, get 20% off plus free shipping with their code GIANTS at manscaped.com. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Thank you to Manscaped. You'll be glad you did.
You'll be glad you did.
That's that question, right? I can move on.
You can move on. Thank you. Nick.
Someone in the
Perfect.
chat
Next.
actually summarized that pretty good. He said, Bobby is hard to work with, Danny is passive-aggressive, Snacks is volatile, and Justin is sensitive.
That actually is very
Pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That was actually beautiful. Next question comes from, again, the GOAT, Mr. Brownstone. He asked, what's the wildest story I got from TMZ? Now, my only question is he asking like stories that like I wrote or just like the experience that I've had?
Yeah, first of all,
Yeah, I just wanted this to be a question. Let's talk about TMZ.
yeah, really, because you haven't tweeted anything. We saw like the intern spotlight. Like, I need to hear about this just experience and how you did.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be one of those people that like bragged about it because I was like, I got it because I did in a way. I made sure all my Instagram followers saw my story, but I just wanted to be more like the grinder from it because I didn't want to be like I hate using LinkedIn. It is my least favorite app in this entire world because everyone's just like being like, oh, look at blah blah blah. So I just hate it. But yeah, no, I mean it was obviously an awesome experience. Just seeing how they go about doing their thing. Like I don't want that was because it was a sad story, but like being able to like know of exclusives before anyone else did. Like I knew Jerry Springer passed away about an hour before anyone else had an idea because they started scrambling like crazy at about like 6:45 in the morning trying to figure out if he actually did pass away. So as sad as it was, I did find that very cool. And then obviously
You found it to be cool that Jerry Springer passed away?
Know how they went about finding
If there's one
everything
person
out.
who you're like, I don't miss him. Jerry Springer was a pretty bad person.
It was how they went about finding everything out. They were calling everyone
still.
and their mother trying to decipher that. But obviously being able to work into the sports was pretty cool because they got their own TV show on Fox Sports 1, Babcock, Mojo Mutati.
So was that on TV that you were on, or was that an internet show?
That was on TV. That was on FS1. That airs. I forgot what time it airs out here on the East Coast. It's on late on FS1.
Danny makes a TV debut before me and Justin. So freaking infuriating.
But the part that makes that funny to me, because like actual Fox Sports declined me for an internship, yet somehow I still ended up on their own network. So
So suck our dicks, Fox Sports.
who got the last laugh? But no, I mean the experience was cool because I was able to see. I saw them film multiple documentaries. Then obviously seeing how like the sports things go and like just how they go about getting exclusives. Like when the whole Odell situation came out, like Odell's one of his people were calling like the executive producer Babcock. It was like, why are you doing this? And then they're like, well, because it's a story. Like there's actual allegations against him. So that was pretty cool. And obviously I got to write multiple stories. I wrote my first story was about Justin Thomas signing a influencer's chest, which was hilarious. But that was my first story.
That's a cool one, Danny.
It was because I was scrolling through the internet. I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw it. They're like, that's your first story. I was like, golfer signing a boob. Let's go. It was legit a whole, like maybe a 15-minute debate was me and the news producer trying to figure out, do we say boob or boobs? I kid you not. That was a full debate because we didn't know the best way to describe it. But no, obviously, I mean, I haven't bragged about it, but out of anyone that's gone to Los Angeles in that class semester, I easily had the best internship in my opinion because they did so much to actually make it. They made waking up at 6 a.m. fun. Not many. Actually, no, I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. I had to be there at 6 a.m. Waking up at 3:30 was fun. They made that fun, just being able to go do that whole thing.
So you enjoyed it?
Yeah. Oh, I would never. If I can go back there once I graduate, in a heartbeat.
Do you think there's a shot they hire you?
I mean, their review was nice. I may or may not have someone's number from there.
A girl?
No, not the executive
Relax,
producer.
horn dog.
I did. Harvey said nice things about me, or maybe he was just saying that to pander to me. But in my mind, I was thinking like he's like, God, this guy's a great worker. I also shook Harvey's hand, which was
Steve?
sick. No. Steve Harvey's not over there.
Weinstein?
Yes, but yeah, no. If I could go back, do it in legitimately 5 seconds.
Oh, good
Can
for
we
you,
tell the
Danny.
story of the small, like how, I mean, this isn't how it became the beat, but just like the small world part of it?
Oh yeah. The executive producer at TMZ Sports listens to Talkin Giants.
Well, not only listens to Talkin Giants,
He's a
like,
Giants
and
fan.
this was not how the connection, like, this isn't like Danny King because this guy likes Talkin Giants. This was totally random. And so it's, I guess we can say his name, right? He won't care about this.
No.
Michael J. Babcock for TMZ. I had talked to him the day before, and Danny sends me and Justin like, "Hey, this guy follows you guys. Do you know who he is?" I was like, "Yeah, I talked to him yesterday." And I was like, "Oh, he's interviewing me for an internship," which is like Danny King goes to freaking LA for TMZ, and like this guy's not just like listens, like he's tweeted about like Talkin Giants is like the best podcast. So that's our guy, Michael J. Babcock.
Yeah, I'm just not a big bragger, but I posted some of my stories and my TV appearance I had to do, but I'm just not big on the whole bragging thing. I'm in the weeds type of guy.
Dope. You're kind of bragging about how you don't brag and how you work.
I
so hard.
do, but we'll change it because Wes Locke has a question. Westy Westicles, the GOAT. He asked picnic/barbecue side dish draft. What are your top 4 sides for picnics barbecue?
Oh, I forgot to.
I can go quick.
I was just gonna say, West, I feel really bad. I missed this one, the one you sent.
Oh, don't worry. I got this loaded. I love mac and cheese. Gotta have mac and cheese. If you don't, fraud. French fries. Just get some frozen
Corn on the cob.
Yes.
I was gonna say corn on the cob.
I've become a big potato salad guy. Can't lie to you. It's
that's good.
legit-
Sides are
good.
the best. I mean, potato salad's great. Corn
Macaroni
on the
salad's
cob.
great.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I'm a mashed potatoes guy.
Yeah, I'm not big on mashed. I mean, mashed potatoes are fine, but I just think so many other better ones.
Well,
if you make good when I was like my poorest, this is like when I was like dirt poor. My meals, like what almost every day was, I would make instant mashed potatoes and a can of corn.
Damn, you are poor.
So maybe that's why I don't like mashed potatoes that much. Oh, I was I was dirt poor. But it gives you character.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, I think we ripped off some good ones. Corn on the cob would be my number one.
Yeah, mine too. And I mean, you're not really bringing street corn to a barbecue, but street corn is just amazing.
Even corn salad too.
And I get to do the nacho, get that corn out of my face every time someone has corn.
That's it. Daniel.
All right, next question.
Next question comes from Mark Breer.
Great guy.
At MJ Breer. He asked, you're in a fatal 4-way match against each other, but you can have one current player as a tag team partner. Who are you choosing? Oh, by the way, Snacks, it's completely random. I want to send you the clip. I hate that I'm going back to it, but the co-host of TMZ called me a bum on air. That was
I need it. I need
forgot
it
to mention that
Yeah,
part.
we need that clip.
Please text it to me.
I could text it to you guys, or I don't have my phone on me down here. I have my iPad, but I can quickly. But
Yeah,
I'll text it to you
we're
guys,
gonna need
definitely.
that. We're gonna need
Okay,
that.
so for this, we're doing only Giants players, and we'll just flop the order.
Yeah, this won't be quick.
Snacks, Justin, Bobby, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have a tag team partner.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I'm taking Leonard Williams.
I know.
Ooh, he was second on
It
my
was the-
board.
Oh,
The guy-
second. He was one for me. Oh, I know who Bobby's gonna be.
Wait,
guy-
wait. Tag as in like tag you're it?
No, like tag.
No,
like we're gonna kill somebody.
Justin.
What game are we playing?
It's me. Or just put it this way.
Fighting, like a tag.
We're
team
fighting.
fight.
Wrestling.
We're
WWE.
Oh,
fighting.
I thought we were playing like tag you're it.
Oh, my God.
So I was about to be like, I was
Jalen Hyatt
I was serious about to draft Wandale Robinson.
off a torn ACL. That's not smart. Anyway,
It's
Oh
still,
my
I mean,
God.
he's so small.
Going
It'd
for the
be
knee.
perfect for that.
but I'm as a tag team partner in a fight with you guys. I'm taking Leonard Williams. The guy's strong as an ox, and we see what he does in the offseason. So I
I mean,
think
he'd put on the face paint and everything.
he was the easiest pick. Once I saw Giants only, he was the easiest pick. Leonard Williams.
All right, so Justin You got to scramble right now. Who do you got?
I would take Shane Lemieux, but he cut his hair, so that lost that allure.
Good,
I will also. I'm going to take Jihad Ward again.
That's a good one.
I just feel like
that.
I feel like he's nasty.
I don't hate
He's a
it.
psycho. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
hate
he's
it.
nasty.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm going to
for
take a
mine.
guy who is quietly, I think, maybe a little bit of a psycho. And you saw the picture at the Evan Neal gator hunting thing that was like, this guy lives for this. And I don't even like this guy. Mark Lewinsky.
Wow.
I could see Mark
like
Lewinsky be
it.
just like, yeah, I'll kill somebody and not blinking about it. Like scalp somebody's head, Mark Lewinsky.
Wow.
Like I think
wow.
he knows how to use a buck knife. He's got the beard. He actually is. I mean, he's big, pretty damn athletic.
Shitty offensive lineman, but yeah, that's not what he's here.
I mean,
That's
I
not what
agree.
he's
I
here-
don't. Again, I don't
not
like
what
Mark
he's here for.
Lewinsky.
Yeah, it's not what he's here for.
But I hope he can improve. Yeah, I'm going Mark Lewinsky. Danny, who do you got?
My answer, because I was thinking really like wrestling based, because I saw Fatal 4-Way. I was gonna go because he is gotten absolutely yoked in his time as the Giants quarterback. It's Daniel Jones. I mean, that man. I'm going off
Dude,
strength
we got
wise.
a roster full of NFL players.
I was going strength wise. All right, I didn't have time to think. 'Cause I didn't realize you're going like
exactly.
this.
You have a roster full
I
of NFL
didn't want to
players.
go Dexter Lawrence. All right, I'll change my answer. I'm gonna go.
When you said he got jacked over the offseason, I thought you were going to say Daniel Bellinger.
It's like, yeah, he's sick, but can he freaking set an edge? Like, I don't think so.
Oh, bro, he trucked the defensive tackle. Let's give the man credit where credit's due. First off,
Did he, or did he just kind of get in the way?
That hair's getting to you, pal.
God, now I'm really scrambling right now. This is tragic.
You said someone that would actually be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why you're just not going with it.
Now I'm just. Oh, is it Daniel Bellinger? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
he has
gonna
the
say?
same first name. Yes.
I'll go Daniel Bellinger.
Yeah, there you go.
Save time because it is getting late. Because our next question comes from
What do you have to be?
a screen. Well, I'm thinking of all of us. It's damn near
It's the
8
4th
o'clock
of July
here.
mailbag.
That is true. I didn't realize if y'all had things to do. Next question comes from a screen grab of a Twitter DM.
Yeah, I'm going to Chicago tomorrow.
I think his name is.
I forget
Are we
we're doing
giving?
that.
Are we giving the guy's name? I don't want to give the guy's name. He
Austin
doesn't wanna
Iannetta.
give his name. Austin Iannetta.
Oh,
wanna give
great
his name.
guy. I tried to
I-
pronounce his name on Bleeding Blue once. It didn't
I
go well.
don't want to give his name.
Or
As
actually,
a guy,
Justin, it was on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Danny.
as a guy who just graduated and is entering the workforce in a couple of weeks, I just want to know how you guys felt during this time. Were you optimistic or pessimistic about your future coming out of college? And do you have any advice for a guy like me? I would have no good advice because I am still a college student. Just hopefully you're not trying to be a part of the Writers Guild because that would suck at the moment. Everyone else.
Snacks, did you go to college?
I did go to college.
Did you finish?
I did. Yes, graduated 4-year degree from Montclair State University.
So now that Dan has got 2 years in, everybody in this 4 has done more college than me.
2 years in, I got 3. I'm 3 years in. I'm in my
Well, this is
senior
your
year.
3rd year upcoming.
No, it's my 4th year.
Yes, he's done it.
Oh, because you know what messed me up is the COVID year you
COVID,
weren't on
yeah.
campus. That always
That's fair.
messes me up.
That's fair.
So yeah, then that happened a year ago.
I mean, I would just say coming out of college, I was pessimistic. I don't know why. I think I did a major that I didn't really want to do. And now I wound up working in that major after 7-8 years. But I don't know. I just keep your head on a swivel at all times. Make sure you're doing something that you like. And if you find a passion for something, go for it. Find an internship, even if it takes a year. Justin, as you can probably attest to anybody better, as a car alarm goes off while I'm out here. Even if it's like an internship and you do it for a year, if that's something that you're passionate about, then you get the rest of your life. You're 22 years old. So you'll be set, Austin. Don't worry.
Bobby?
I'm sorry. I don't have much great advice.
No, that's good. No, I liked it.
That's solid.
Keep your head on a swivel.
You got it. You never know. Something may come up.
Yeah. Bobby.
I mean, I'm probably the worst one to ask this because I literally flunked out of college and spent a few years. Here's what I'll say. What I am appreciative of, like my 22 to 25 age range. Don't be afraid to struggle. I think struggling at that time of your life makes you so much better of a person long term. Like, don't be afraid of being broke and being barely able to pay bills. Like, I think it just makes you, like, I think long term that just helps people out. You know, even people who were kids I went to, like idiots, but it's like, hey, they went through some struggles and figured it out, and they're better for it. So don't be afraid to struggle. Would be my thing.
And just to that, Bobby, half the time when you fail and struggle, that just makes you more successful. So
yeah. Also, be a good employee. Don't listen to all these new age people who are like, don't treat your job like shit. They don't care about you. Take pride in your work, whatever it is. Yeah. I'm not saying you got to be a workaholic if you're working some shitty job, but while you're there, do a damn good job.
Yeah. Yeah. I got very lucky in what I'm doing, because I didn't start getting paid with John Boy Media at the beginning of 2020 when I joined, but I joined John Boy Media knowing that I know this can turn into something. And, you know, it was the second semester of my senior year in college when I joined up with Bobby, and I knew that it eventually would lead to something that I could make a living off of. And I'm extremely lucky that it is, and I'm young, and I'm set up in a good spot. So, but it was a chance, and for a couple of years, it was the question of, can this actually be? I knew it in the back of my brain, but it wasn't like proven with, getting paid, and, John Boy Media itself as a company wasn't, fully taking off and everything like that. So, it's really cliche, but kind of like just what Bobby said, like, if you're working at something, work hard at it, and, put a little bit more in, and, it's very cliche, but that's what I feel like I did, is I worked hard at what I did. Even if it was a vision and a job that's very unconventional, I wanted to prove to myself, and I wanted to prove to everybody around me that this is something that I could actually do, and I can kind of make a living off of it. And, we're doing it. So that's pretty cool. And I'm very lucky.
And I just real quick on that, Justin, I don't want to blow smoke up your already inflated ego, but you're an idiot for saying I got lucky. What you did, and kind of what I was trying to say, find a passion and do it. You found a passion. You started Bleeding Blue, which was a Yankees and Giants podcast, and then you transferred it to one because you saw having one on is better than two.
Sorry.
I'm sorry?
No, sorry.
No, but where I got lucky is,
but I'm just
saying, I started it because of Jim and Jake, and I felt if I didn't like be a fan of them and like go and like shake their hand in like 2018 before I even had a show, and then I eventually started a show. And also, like, let's be real, if Gary Sanchez didn't have an awesome August of 2016, I would have never gotten back into the Yankees, and then I would have never searched Yankees podcasts when I was a sophomore in college. So, like, that's where I say I got lucky. Like,
all right,
that's where the luck comes in, because
there's always a butterfly effect. But I'm
That's
also
fair.
a big believer of hard work.
You
Luck
make
is
your
when
own luck.
hard work meets opportunity. I think that's how that phrase goes, right? Like, it's very corny, but if I reach out to John Boy about joining them 4 months later, they say no. But I did reach out to them, and it worked because it's hard work, put in the work and shit.
Yeah, you at the end of the day too, you make your own luck. So like Justin, that's what I was saying. Like if you don't start that podcast, we're not sitting here. So make your own luck, work hard, don't be a shitty employee. Head on a swivel. Just find a passion, and you'll be set, Austin. Great Italian name, by the way.
I will say the head on the swivel one was the best. At least I like that.
Yeah, I really like that.
Because I when I went out to LA, TMZ was nowhere near on my radar. It came up. It popped up.
We should have acted like very serious, but given like the worst advice. For like, fight a stranger. Never let anyone ever disrespect you.
We should have threw some Rickyisms in there.
I'm gonna ask if you guys could give
but never broke character.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask if you guys could give the commencement speech at graduation. I think that's what if the college needs to
Bobby
do it.
should.
I'm still hoping to do a first pitch, and I'm gonna just. I learned this from the Brandon Jacobs episode. Crow hop it. For my whole life, I thought it was crow hop because you're like kind of.
And you want to know how you learned that? You learned it through a social media clip.
I agree, and I was wrong.
Whoa. Wait, the thing I hate about Bobby, he's always right. He's just getting it wrong.
Again, see, even your guys' criticisms are wrong. I'm just gonna toss the ball into the stands. Like, I'm gonna do my best to make a mockery out of that.
I respect it.
One of our listeners said he's gonna try and do that for me.
Danny, this next question is honestly the question that has me most excited.
Oh my god, this is
This
the most
question.
boring one.
He asked, I didn't even say the guy's name. It's the legend, Brian Porras at B Porras1. The guy, as much as
Great
everyone,
guy, by the way, Brian. I didn't mean
if
that
you
your
say
question-
you are a Daniel Jones supporter, like this man lives
Duke
and
gang.
breathes that guy. Duke Gang, Coach Cutcliffe. That man lives and breathes Daniel Jones. He asked, as I completely just went off my screen, what are your Talkin Giant metric goals for the year? Just I'll let you take it away.
Perfect.
Well, no,
I can
Bobby
go-
and
I
I
can go
probably
piss.
have very different goals. So I kind of want to hear what Bobby has to say first.
No, I actually didn't think this one through a ton. I mean, just grow at a really good percentage. Hopefully, the live events, and if we can do that type of stuff to take off. I mean, and just for the numbers to grow.
Yeah.
John Boy Media, they did a slideshow of like what's profitable, and they talked about how like long form stuff can be more profitable at these bars, and I'm like, oh, we're not that far away from that of being like really damn profitable. So it's like just get to at the end of the year. Can I feel like that's attainable within 1 year?
Yeah, May and June of Talkin Giants, and lo and behold, this has been all without Julian, and I've kind of taken.
This sucks.
This is not an anti-Julian. This is the furthest thing from an anti-Julian. But you know, I have literally taken the reins of almost every single aspect of behind the scenes stuff, even more than what I was doing before. And this, you know, from socials videos, like the strategy to behind all of it, and thumbnails, everything, and the way that we've been able to grow and sustain in the month of May and June, probably like to early June, you know, now we're really getting to like the dead heap of this is the off season that we all know and we all genuinely love, where nothing really is happening. But May, like our episodes sustain themselves more than they ever have before. And I'm saying this even includes like the regular season of last year. Like our episodes now twice a week versus 3 times a week during the regular season. Plus during the regular season, Bobby puts out film reviews, Bobby puts out online reports, Bobby puts out live streams. So there's so much more stuff where it's so much more oversaturated during the regular season. But still, the off-season pods over May and June have sustained themselves like no other Giants videos have on our channel throughout the last couple years. So I am really, really excited for what this season is going to be for us this year. You know, the team is hopefully going to be better if they can get off to a fast start, if they can get off to a week 1 victory, and then how everything kind of follows from that. So numbers wise, I'm extreme, like that's not like a concern. I'm like really excited to tackle that and just see how it winds up, since we have that part of it covered. But I want to be not just the Talkin Giants source of information that you get for the Giants, but I want to be the source that you also go to for your lifestyle stuff. The tailgates, the events, and things of that nature. The social media videos that we're going to do and get fans involved in our content that we do that's solely for socials. Instead of making vlogs, well, how can we make shorter clips that encapsulate what it's like to be a Giants fan, what it's like to be a Talkin Giants listener at a Talkin Giants tailgate. Like those live events and what we can do at tailgates have really, the live events really changed like my perspective on what we can do and how much we can actually grow, not just as a football source, but as a brand and as a, you know, as a lifestyle brand as well. So that is like the thing that I really want to attack this year, and I want to like take over it, and I think we will.
What are your goals, Danny?
Make funny tweets.
How about beat me in fantasy or spread picks?
Oh,
loser?
actually, no, you bring it up. That's why I go. Bounce back of the century is incoming with my spread picks. By the way, are we still sponsored by anyone in particular?
DraftKings.
Can you help me fix my account? I just want to bet on the Giants' future.
Don't shit on them. Might have to
I know I'm
out.
asking for help. I need help. So I thought this is my best way to do it. Get better at that. Don't be a dead last. Don't be dead last. If they're listening to this, God bless them.
Yeah, my goal is Giants don't let us down this year, actually. That's my goal. Like, please don't let us down this year.
All the stuff that I said goes away if the Giants let us down this year.
Yeah, please don't let us down this year.
The watch party against the Raiders and the Bills, they get a lot less fun and lucrative if the Giants let us down this year.
By the way, I'm so disappointed that you guys aren't going to the game because I'm going to be there. It's going to be
I really wanted to go to the Bills game.
It's going to be electric. Snacks, you should go just to put me through a table.
You could be our man on the street that episode. So
I'm down to
that game.
Justin, to your point, by the way, a lot of your listeners come and tailgate with us every week, and I just will. Obviously, I'm just a friend of the show, but I'm there every tailgate and whatnot. And Justin has a lot of great ideas, so I will piggyback off that and say it's going to be a very fun year, even when we are 1-13.
There it is.
So.
Speaking of which, did you get that email, Justin?
What email?
The barbecue email?
Yes, I did. I sent it to Bill.
Okay.
Bill?
He's our Vince guy.
Bill.
Final question.
Final question on the 4th of July mailbag.
Tim Coffee.
No.
The GOAT, the legend, everyone's favorite, Tim Coffee. He asked, what's the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone you love do?
Okay, I got it.
I want to go last.
All right, yeah.
Snacks, you go first.
I'll go first. It's really nice and quick. Get married.
No, come on, give a real one. Something like that. Something like, man, remember when you did that? That was really dumb.
I went to my cousin's wedding last year and tried to talk him out of it. All right, fine.
So you did the dumb thing. You tried to talk someone out of their wedding at their wedding.
Why is that dumb? I'm trying to help.
No.
I know who this is, too.
I've been in a couple weddings the last year or so, and you can see on the groom's face how annoying it is. Like, last chance to ditch. And it's like, dude, I'm about to get married. Like, please don't say these shitty things to me. You could just see it. And, like, my dad was doing it to my brother. And he's just
did you tell that to your brothers, Tommy?
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm gonna be supportive on this day. Like, I'm not gonna bust your
You
balls
and
with that
supportive don't really work out. All right, but fine. Justin or Danny, go ahead. I got a couple of
Mine's really sad, and I can't think of anything.
I put in parentheses lighthearted because I know Justin will go dark.
Oh well, I don't have it. I don't have. Oh shit.
All right, I'll go. This is something new I learned, but it was a discovery I made. Snacks, you may kill me with this one. Dumbest thing. My girlfriend's an Eagles fan.
You have a girlfriend?
You have a girlfriend?
She's an Eagles fan.
This is breaking news.
But she's an Eagles fan.
But wait, time out. Oh, wait, we'll get back to that. You have a girlfriend?
Yes.
What's her name?
Gianna, Italian.
Where's she from? Yeah, she sounds. Where's she from?
You don't grill him. He might not want to share all this information with 20,000 people.
Just give me an area.
She may live on the same island I do.
Oh, okay. All right. So
but she's an Eagles fan. I didn't want to add one of my friends because they've done so many dumb things. I can't even track.
You don't have to say their name. You could just say what they did.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna really.
I mean, like what?
Like
would chase a girl that you. I don't know what you're doing. One of them literally ran away last semester. We literally thought he was dead. That was fun.
Dude, that's a good fun dumb thing. Like,
what else?
Got drunk and ran away.
What else? Yeah, there's so many things. I mean, my friend, this is literally within like the past 5 days, claims he loves someone. He met her 4 days ago.
It's not crazy.
In my opinion, it is. But yeah, those I got a lot of that. Supporting the Eagles is definitely.
When did you know or find out that Gianna was a Eagles fan?
Well, she hates the Mets, and that was because I've discovered she's a Yankees fan.
She's a good girl.
And so then I discovered, I was like, in turn, maybe she's like, maybe she's a Giants fan or Jets fan at the worst. And then she was like, no, I'm an Eagles fan. I was like, are you kidding me?
So at the end of the day, is her family from Philly? If not, she's a front runner. Get rid of her.
No, she's not from Philly. The rest of the family is like Giants fans.
Get rid of her.
And then all of a sudden, just randomly an Eagles fan. I'm like, oh, what God's same planet are you an Eagles fan?
You think I'm kidding?
I'm working to change that. That's the goal this season.
Get rid of her. All right, Bobby. So actually, I was kind of part of this stupid thing. In front of my high school, every year at the end of the school year is a crashed car promoting "Don't Drink and Drive" for prom weekend.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So me and my friends, we got in there, And we're like, all right, this is boring. So we were moving it. We kept pushing it. And it's on the main, my high school's on the main road. Cops came, shine of lights, everything. It was it's quite the scene. I won't
Dude,
tell you
that's
what
messed up, man.
Well, it was fun. We were young.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, we were all stupid. Justin, did you come up with one?
No, I can't.
Don't go dark.
The one dark thing
We
is just
cannot
on
have
my
this
brain.
dark.
Because I knew what Justin was going to do.
It
so that's
starts
why
with
I
an
put-
H.
Yeah, that's why I put be lighthearted.
We cannot end this dark.
No.
It
Justin,
ends, it ends in heroin.
Justin,
You guys see the weather last night? That was sick. Good weather.
Danny, you date an Eagle fan. Shut the fuck up. Bobby, you're up.
So I have lots to choose from, like a lot.
Yeah, well, you've lived in
You
Florida.
live in Florida.
for how long?
It's
That
like
makes it
so
easy.
many to choose from, but there
Which,
is
by
one
the way, hold on real quick. I'm
that
sorry.
takes the cake, though.
If you ever listen to DPH on Rothenberg, they do a segment, Did It Happen in Florida? And they just come up with the stupidest stories like from the
great
news.
segment.
It is a great segment, but I always think of you when it happens. But go ahead.
This one takes the cake, though. We had our own holiday, and it was called the night before 4th of July, where on the July 3rd night, my dad and my uncles and aunts, whoever was just like around, or friends, they would go around to like people they knew, people they might have rented to, and they would take those big rolls of firecrackers and wrap them around their house and light them off.
Around the house?
Yeah, like on the outside of the house.
We used to do it in the trees. Sorry, yeah, but go ahead. Yeah.
But anyways, like it wakes them up, pisses them off. It's always funny. Well, my dad doesn't drink anymore, and he didn't drink before this, but there was like a 2-year period where like they were drinking. And my cousin, who was pregnant, was the designated driver. Me and my younger brother were with them, like probably like 13.
No.
I was probably like 14 or 15, and my other brother was like 12. My uncle, who lived with my grandma, was with us, and he knew that his window was unlocked. So they were messed up out of their minds. Take a roll of firecrackers, sneak into my grandma's house. One of my uncles with me's son was spending the night at my grandma's house, rolled the firecrackers down the hallway and light them off. Just literally a roll of firecrackers going off in my grandma's house. And then they are driving by as they're sitting outside as like smoke's billowing out of their house with the side door of a minivan open, laughing. And then my cousin's boyfriend starts chasing us, and we're having fun. And then finally, my dad tells my cousin to pull over. He's like, "All right, you caught us. What are you gonna do now?" So as a kid, I'm like, "This is the funniest. This is the most fun night ever. This is insane. This is hilarious." And I remember going to my dad the next day and be like, "That was crazy, huh?" And it was just like, "No, that was the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life." Like it caused issues in the family for a couple months.
See.
Now they're all good now and can laugh about it, but that was like kid brain. Like, this is awesome,
Especially in the 13-year-old age.
Yeah, and then it's just like, no, this is the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life.
I mean, that is brutal because, like, think about it. But as you know, a firework expert like myself, the best thing about those firecracker rolls, there's nothing you could do. You just have to wait till they're done. They have to be done at some point. Oh,
Yeah.
man, your poor that's tough. Okay. All right.
But here's the thing: is they grew up tough, one of 8 kids.
Yeah.
They pranked each other, so they kind of were. That's the thing: is like they were used to like messing with each other, and we're kind of used to it. Like, and they just took it to a different level that night. You know, so it's like fine. Nope, that's bad. So that was probably I don't even like telling this story because like it's like my dad probably doesn't want me telling this story, but it's like it's the 4th of July mailbag, so I had to.
The one story, like I know it's your story too, but one of the funniest videos that I've ever seen of you is when you and your brother flip a car. It's still an all-time classic video.
Oh, that was fun. That was when I was trying to get my Instagram popping a little bit.
Yeah, I'm literally
too.
watching it. I'm like, what's this going to be? And all of a sudden, Bobby is literally him and his. I'm literally watching a car tilt over. I'm like, what in God's name is happening?
I called it too. I was like, this is gonna flip, and lo and behold, it flipped. What's great? So part of me wishes that I had, because I was just holding Instagram video, so it stops when we get sideways. Part of me wishes the camera was rolling while we're flipping over. But I think what makes it a little funnier is like you say we're gonna flip, and then the next clip is the car on its side and me like jumping out of it.
And that was
the funniest part about that was not just flipping the cars. Like there's people like seeing us do it, And I just get out of the car and just start running away as fast as possible. Just like, I am not trying to deal with police. Like, good luck, brother. So we flipped it back regular, and then I started running. But that was fun. All right. Anything else, guys?
No, I want to go listen to a Mike Kafka Twitter space.
Oh, I forgot about that. All right.
Oh, see ya.
Have a happy 4th of July. We should have a podcast out Monday, like a NASCAR theme with some Giants fan stuff. And then we'll have something else next week. So it's next week's kind of a little bit of a vacation week. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you, Danny and Snacks, for joining. We'll see you then. Enjoy your 4th of July. Until then, let's go Big Blue.